George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. We are pleased to be joined by Valerie Tibbs. They call her Miss Tibbs. She's the executive director, president, CEO, chief cook, and bottle washer at the Syracuse Community Connections,
Yes,
aka Southwest Community Center. We ain't letting that go, Val. You know that, right?
I do know.
So, have you given up on trying to tell people that we are Syracuse Community Connections, or you just let it go?
You know what? I do say we are Syracuse Community Connections only because I want it to work. And I want that new branding to, be in the forefront of people's minds now that we're trying to move forward.
Yes. So Syracuse Community Connections continues to be a vital hub for families, particularly on the southwest side of the city, providing resources, support, and programs that uplift lives right here in the Cuse. And so, Val, so good to see you as always. And we say Southwest. I mean, it's just over here and over there, right? But like it's so
Right.
far and deep into the community. It's just over here and over there, right?
That's right.
So, what's going on?
Oh, well, we have a lot going on over here. We've done some shifting and some restarting with the organization. We have two fundraisers coming up, though. One is 50 years of service. We started out in 1974, LLC Incorporation in 1975. So we've been around for a while, 50 years doing this service in the community, changing lives, building the community up, providing excellent and amazing services to those that are willing to come to the center, and not just come to the center. We go out into the community and also share our tools and talents and gifts that we have here at Syracuse Community Connections.
And so you talked about the challenges. What was the challenge?
Some of the challenges are basically were the perceptions, because we are on the South Side, or, everybody thinks, okay, it's nothing but gun violence going around in this particular area. Everybody's selling drugs, grandma and everyone, but that's not true. It's not everybody. And it's not definitely at the Southwest Community Center, as people are still calling it. It's not there. I mean, we have a lot of great things happening. We have kids that are playing outside. We have a great playground area, a nice swimming pool. They're learning a lot and they're coming inside to be developed and have fun.
Don't sleep on the Southwest pool now.
Oh, no.
As a matter of fact, actually, those who use it regularly would say, please sleep on that pool.
That is true. That is true. It is the number one pool. I feel like it's the number one pool in upstate New York. We have a lot of teachers and people swimming before they go to work, doing those laps, aerobics. And I love the water aerobics. I really do. It helps my entire body. And the water's warm. It's not cold.
I was going to say it is heated. Talk to me about when is the pool open?
The pool is open now, actually. So we're open Monday through Friday. There's swimming lessons on Saturdays, actually.
What
Saturday
time is the
morning.
pool open?
During the week, it's open in the morning at 7 a.m. Yeah, so that's usually when the teachers are coming before school and trying to get a couple laps in, before they go and teach their lesson. And mainly teachers and the people in the community. We have a group of men now that are going in the pool on Saturday morning, which I think is amazing.
And you said that there's water aerobics, there's classes. How do people sign up for some of that?
Actually, online with Park and Recreation.
It's all through Parks and Rec, right?
Yes, it is.
Because its name, Syracuse Community Connections, it's all under one roof, right? So you have partners that operate some of the facilities there, and Parks and Rec, they're responsible for the pool, correct?
That is correct.
And so you have your 50th celebration coming up. How can the community support that and be a part of it?
There's a couple of ways. The main way is attending our gala, which is going to take place on the 1st of November. Right now, we're scheduled to have this event at the Palladian downtown on Salina Street. So Salina and Clinton, if I'm not mistaken. The corner, the old M&T building downtown of Syracuse. Yeah, so we're scheduled to have our event there on November 1st, starting at 6 p.m. It's from 6 and 9 p.m. It is a white tire event, so we are dressing up because we don't get to do that very often, but we're dressing up for that particular event. And it's going to be a lot of cultural going on. We have the dance group that's going to be there, African dance, some folklore. We have some griot, because that's what we do at the center. So we don't want it to be any different. We want people to feel what we feel and experience what we experience when you come to Syracuse Community Connections.
How do people get tickets?
Tickets can be bought right online. If you go to SMNF SWCC, to our website and purchase tickets there with through PayPal. We also have Eventbrite. You can purchase a ticket through Eventbrite. And we have a Cash App account, which is SMNF, $SMNF SWCC, and or in person.
How much are the tickets?
$125 of the tickets, the cost of the ticket. Yeah.
No, and it's November 1st from what time to what time?
6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
6 to 9 p.m. And will there be a band, DJ? What do you got?
Oh, yes, there will be a band. Brown Skin is the band of the night. We have a DJ as well. We have DJ. What is the DJ's name?
That great DJ is going to be there.
He's going to be a great DJ. He is. He's the best around.
Right. Whenever you get that name, you let me know. And then you said you have a couple of new programs to talk about. What do you got going on?
We do. It's not a new program, but it's
you want to highlight some programs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's one we reestablished? So it's called Family First.
Mm-hmm.
Our Family First program has encompassed also Men Empower Men. So the men are meeting right now. They meet every Monday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Mostly every week with a hot meal. And they have great discussions, and they're doing a lot even to support the center and to be out in the community and coming up with ways they can support each other. Women Empower Women is every Wednesday, same time, about 5:30 to 7 p.m. Again, the same thing, putting together support groups with each other, being able to go into a room with our women, we can talk about our own issues, you know?
Yeah, and I've actually attended one of the men's meetings down there, and I've got to put that back on my radar so I can participate in that, because I think there's some great conversations that happen over there. And do you still have the library?
We do. So we do have the Onondaga County Public Library satellite site here. We have a young lady who's doing amazing things with helping people create their resumes and creating cover letters and also job search. And then we have the kids, they're loving it because every week there's an activity in the library for kids and reading buddies.
And you know what's interesting? I back in the day before streaming, I used to go to that library at Southwest because you guys, and you may still have the best videos, the best books. I mean, I used to go there and just kind of browse and really find some good things there.
Yeah, I was just looking the other day for something regarding Blueprint 15, and they actually have some videos in there regarding Blueprint 15. I think everyone should go to take them out and look at them. Lots of history.
Lots of history. And Val, so you're into what now, your second or third year?
This is my first year as executive director.
So first year. So
yes.
I'm going to revisit the question I asked you when you first took the role as to why you took this role.
Well, I took this role because it is definitely something I feel like I know that I've been called to do. I knew that when I left 2 years ago that I would return. I have a great passion for people, and just to be able to see these kids come in here and they're smiling, they're laughing, they're having a great time, really blesses my heart. The adults are coming in, they're working with our staff, they're getting jobs, so lots of great outcomes and great returns that the families are getting. And seeing families come together now is so important, because the way that the world is set up and all the things that are happening in the world, we must come together and bond together and to support each other.
And would you say that there are some lessons you've learned working in community-based services in Syracuse?
Yes.
There
are many great lessons. One is, knowing that trauma doesn't have a specific name to it.
Mm.
And just seeing that, seeing the trauma, that you cannot judge a person as to what they're going through or how they're reacting until you really sit down and talk with them, or better than talking, listening to them, because that's the number one key, just listening to what people are saying to be able to help them through this. So I can say one lesson I learned out of that is that just to make sure no matter how a person is reacting or responding, that I give each person that same love,
Mm.
and that same love and being able to assist them and help them with whatever that need is, if I can.
What do you say is the pressing needs for the community right now?
I would say the pressing need for the community right now, and I know people are saying we have a food desert, but I don't see that as being the number one need.
Mm-hmm.
The number one need is definitely grabbing a hold to these children, these kids that are supposedly in gangs and doing things that they shouldn't be doing, grabbing hold of those kids and showing them love, whether it means just giving them food, sitting down and talking with them, or again, just sitting down and listening to what they're going through to be able to help them. And sometimes with just listening, people reflect on what they're saying themselves and they fix the problem.
You know, it occurs to me that I should share this. I observed something in church the other day, right? And from where I sat, the young man was not following directions. He was asked to do something. And from my vantage point, again, he didn't do it, right? You know, there was a situation where they were asked to stand and he didn't stand. And so, me looking at that, right, I'm like, disrespectful, disrespectful. That's the problem with these young people. There's much going on, right?
Right.
Now, I'm observed. So another guy, somebody else came, and again, I'm watching. I didn't say anything, but somebody else came, put his hand around the young man, and asked what was going on. Turns out, and I'm changing the story somewhat to protect the innocent here. Um, turns out that there was a medical thing going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, to your point about getting a hold of these children, we need to ask the question,
Just
right?
ask.
But in my mind, and I'm being straight up with what I perceived was going on.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I'm looking at these young people today from my position as an elder, disrespectful, don't have respect, not following instructions. That's the problem with the kids. But never once did I think, should I go over there and ask what was going on with the young man? But an adult did, and we found out that the reason why the kid was sitting down because there was something medical going on. Okay, and so we may need to. I'm not saying we got to lay hands on the kids, but we might need to be a little bit more intimate in terms of in a safe setting. Let's be clear, right? What I mean by intimate, meaning we may need to be more conscious of
Right.
asking different questions instead of making assumptions. That's the point I'm trying to make.
And I totally agree with you because we make assumptions based on, our own lives or think our environment that we're in,
Right.
not knowing what environment that other person might be living in at that time. Our perspective has a great impact on our thoughts and our thoughts on our words and what we say. So we have to make sure that we're very careful that we don't put our own perspectives on others, that we allow them to share that with us. We should not steal that away from any child, for any family, for any adult.
Now, I hear this in the community a lot that there's nothing for the young people to do. I see a Southwest Center, I see a Dunbar, I see a Boys and Girls Clubs. I see all these programs in community-based organizations in the community. So it's a twofold. How come those places aren't making a difference in quote? Or how do you measure the effectiveness of the programs that you are offering? Because why is there that perception that there's nothing for young people to do when all these buildings uh, have all the things that you just talked about?
There's a couple of reasons why. Number one, again, perspective. People are not coming in the building to see what is offered and or going on a website and saying, oh, it looks like they have a list of these programs and those programs. The other option that people have in a community, if they see there's something they feel is a need, they need to come into the location and say, well, I feel like this is a need. Can I fill out a needs assessment, or can
Mm-hmm.
I leave a comment or a suggestion that maybe might be helpful for your organization and be able to draw more kids in?
Right.
That's always an open policy for any of these community centers, but people don't realize that they can do that. Sometimes people prefer to complain because it's easier versus stepping inside and say, well, have you ever tried this?
Wave your hands or something. That light went out over there.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I forgot.
I appreciate that, and I do. So it's kind of a catch-22. When you say get a hold of these young people, though, what does that look like for you? Because you've been so passionate about youth forever and ever and ever. I mean, it's kind of like your DNA. But when you say get a hold of the people, what are you specifically saying?
I'm saying that meet them where they are. Go to wherever they are, stand there, say hello, how are you doing? My name is Mrs. So-and-so, or my name is, Valerie. How are you doing today? Very common conversation. Why do you do that? Because you want the kid, that child, that person to feel comfortable with you and not feel like they're intimidated or have fear of you being there, right? So you just go there and just be common conversation. Let them know where you are. I'm over there, Syracuse Community Connection. Maybe you may not know by that name. You might know by Southwest Community Center. We have a lot of great activities for, youth of your age. Why don't you come over and check it out? Ask for me. We have to be more welcoming.
Go ahead. More welcoming.
Yeah, we have to be more welcoming to everyone, to anyone, because right now there's talking about the mental illness is on the rise, right? Because so much is going on. Conflict resolution is not everybody's, strength. But if we embrace each other and we engage each other, we become stronger.
What keeps you motivated in this work, Val, even when the challenges are tough? Valerie Tibbs, Executive Director of Syracuse Community Connections.
Almost at it, George. There are some great challenges. I'm not going to say there aren't. There really are. But my mind, my heart, and my relationship with God is what keeps me strong and keeps that balance for me. Once you have a great relationship spiritually, it seems to help you. And I know everyone doesn't have that, but I also suggest that everybody get that, at some point in time.
Listen, I know you do. All right, Val, if you were to wave a magic wand for your vision of what would happen in the next 2 years, or even in the next 6 months, let's even make it short term. What would you need from the community, and what would you like to see that is a doable thing besides attending the gala on November 1st?
I want to say we have another event too. We have Miss Shirley's coming in town. The young lady that does the lion dance, and she was on Jennifer Hudson's show. She's going to be with us on October the 18th at 4 p.m. So 1 p.m. Excuse me. So we're asking people to come out and and join and encourage our young people as they're doing boots on the ground. These are little folks doing it now, and I think it's great.
What date is that?
October 18th.
October 18th. Okay.
Yeah, October 18th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Southwest Community Center.
Line dancing. For those of you who are still fumbling around with the Tamia dance, I still don't have it. I could do a lot of things. I still don't have that one. And I admire the people that do it so easily, but we need to rally. I mean, we're in some times right now, and this is going to require us to really support the institutions that have always supported our kids, our families, and our community. It's kind of like we got to reestablish, because this is the best of times and it's the worst of times. Charles Dickens, if y'all, is hip to the thing, right?
Right.
And so, where, people, you say one thing about one thing, we got to be together more than ever. All right, Val, leave us a final word and let us know again the event you want people to be mindful of.
Thank you, George. So yes, the 50 Years of Services, which is going to take place on November 1st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Palladium downtown. Street in Clinton. Also, Ms. Shirley, Boots on the Ground. Yeah, so we do have Boots on the Ground with Ms. Shirley. beautiful young lady who will be coming here and teaching us how to do boots on the ground, a couple of other line dancing techniques that she has, bouncy houses. It's going to be a fun day on that day with some food and things. And
October 18th. Now let's go
October
back to the
18th.
gala. Let's go back to the gala.
Oh,
50
okay.
years
But
of service.
yeah, so 50 years of service. The gala is on November 1st. It's going to start at 6 p.m. And ending at 9 p.m., located at the Palladium downtown in the corner of North Salina and Clinton Street. And we're celebrating one of the heroes out of the center, and that is we're bringing back Mr. Jesse Dowdell
Oh,
on that day. So it's going to be a good times. We're going to also recognize other CEOs who've also been here over this 50-year period of time. We have some outstanding, ancestors and seniors that are going to be here as well. We're asking everybody to come out. The cost of the tickets is $125. It is a fundraiser. We will have a silent auction. You can buy tickets by coming to the location at 401 South Avenue, also online at our website, as well as PayPal and in person.
Eventbrite as well. All right.
Right.
Tibbs, Executive Director of Syracuse Community Connections. Mark your calendars, November 1st. Do support that event to help raise money for the center's programs that benefit families, community, and people from all walks of life. Syracuse Community Connections on Inspiration for the Nation.